This is the Dave and Shecky Show. We got this groovy podcast for ya. Reviewing crazy tunes or quoting Twain and Sting and Dune. We'll bring ideas to share like bonus points for extra flair, cause it's the frickin' Dave and Shecky Show. This is the Dave and Shecky Show. We're bringing you this groovy review. We might preview movies, bake some bread, or drink some smoothies. So come on, have way too much caffeine. You roll up some rivers, I'll reference some Raffy. This is the Dave and Shecky Show. Hello.
Welcome to... Do you know the official name of this show?
Groovy Boob Tube Review.
No.
Middle-aged cool kids?
It's the Middle-Aged Cool Kids Super Terrific podcast featuring your pals, Dave and Shecky.
That seems like a perfect descriptive name.
It is a descriptive name. It's a perfect descriptive name.
This is the morning podcast.
Okay, this is the clear your throat way too loudly.
Yeah, just waking up, that kind of, get some coffee, starting out the day, the fresh rant.
Right. But it was supposed to be the Yesterday Afternoon at 2 podcast.
Well, that was yesterday at 2.
Well, this is, hopefully everything is still fresh in your mind. But on Friday, we went to the drive-in. There's a drive-in close by.
The drive-in movie theater, that is. The drive-in, like A&W Root Beer. That's a drive-in also.
Is it called, that's also called a drive-in?
Not a drive-through. That's later. Drive-in was when you drive in and they come over on roller skates and take your order.
Oh, that was a drive-in as well?
And the Fonz, sticks up for you because someone's picking on you at the hop.
Sticks?
Sticks wouldn't pick on you. Sticks is playing the beat.
I see. Well, we went to the drive-in movie theater then. There's one not too far from here in Unadilla. Is it Unadilla or is it just called the Unadilla Drive-In Theater?
It's in Unadilla, upstate New York.
Okay. Not too far. But we don't want to give
Central New York, you might say.
We don't want to give away our location, our double secret probation location.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, we're in Canada. We're Canadian, so don't blame us.
Now you've ruined it.
Take off,
So we went. This is the deal. We have a dog who is a year old, and she's
a fiend.
She's adorable, but she's a fiend. She's literally the worst behaving dog I've ever had.
Well, she's Shih Tzu and Boston Terrier, which is fine. She's
Shih Tzu, Boston Terrier, but that's only half of the story.
The other half was a dog we weren't allowed to meet.
Yeah, exactly. When we went, she's a Craigslist puppy. When we went there, we met the mom and the other puppy siblings. The dad was, so the mom was Shih Tzu, Boston Terrier. The dad was a pit bull. And I was like, oh, well, and they're like, oh, he's great. And we're like, oh, can we meet him? No. So right away, we knew maybe something was up.
Well, it's not like we didn't want him because I wanted a pit bull. I wanted a part pit bull.
Right. Our last dog was part pit bull.
Pit bull.
And she was a toughie. And she was pit bull and French bulldog. And she was, it was like a miniature pit bull. She looked like a miniature pit bull with big ears. And holy shit, she was a toughie. And she
couldn't go near humans unless you gave her treats.
If you had an army of dogs like our last one, you would already be ruling the country because it was she was insanely tough. The new puppy, well, she's I guess a dog now. She's a year old.
She's pretty puppyish.
She is pretty puppyish. She just can't be left alone. She can't. She will eat the rug. She will eat everything.
She seems to have, well...
Don't, please.
Yeah.
You are...
She seems to be perfect. I think she's actually learning to speak a few different languages at this point.
She's very smart.
Yeah.
But she's
going to college.
She's also very fresh. And so, anyway, because we cannot leave her alone, we have to, well, we haven't gone to a movie in a year.
That's true.
And the Unadilla drive-in theater just opened for the season this past weekend, and I was like, let's go. Please let's go to this movie and bring the dog, because they
drive-ins have now gotten better, by the way, because their sound is now part of your stereo system. They don't have to put that little speaker in the window.
Hun, I think that's something that's been around for at least 20 years.
Really? Well, I haven't gone to a drive-in in at least 20 years.
So I think that's a thing that has been
I mean, not many people go to drive-ins. I don't think that's like a common thing.
It should be, but you know what though? This drive-in theater was packed.
Honestly, a drive-in theater is the only way to go to a movie if you're not going to watch a movie at your house, because who wants to be in a theater with a bunch of
People?
People, yeah. That's what I was going to say. People.
Just
bunch of people, talking through the movie.
People talking through the movie, not controlling their children.
Cell phones lighting up.
Yes,
just because you're not talking doesn't mean the light of the cell phone's not ruining my experience.
Yeah.
What reality are you from where you can just shine a light in the corner of a movie theater and it's not going to pull everyone's eye over to it?
Put your feet under the covers.
Maggie, you beast.
She's really into feet. The little puppy is into feet, and she will not leave his alone. But the beacons of the lights from the cell phone are annoying. Everything. This is the thing. When you get to a certain age, when you become a middle-aged cool kid, you are less tolerant of those who are not middle-aged cool kids. They are...
You really can't trust anyone under 30.
You really can't. You really can't trust anyone under 30. And they're just, I don't know, they just are misbehaving. And I feel like even when I was like 17, 18, 19 in the theater, I wasn't misbehaving.
I was.
You were?
Well, I don't know. What do you call misbehaving?
I don't know, being an asshole.
Like smoking weed in the theater?
Well, back when we were kids, you could smoke cigarettes in the theater.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember going to see Grease in 1978, and I mean, I was too young to smoke, but I remember the whole place was just a smoke-filled, I don't know, adventure.
I saw Grease in 1978.
You saw Grease? You did?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was your kind of movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was?
Well, yeah, I love that movie.
Did you have the soundtrack?
I didn't love the movie. I like the movie. I actually like Grease 2 more.
No, you don't. No one likes Let's Bowl?
We Bowl.
No, it's Let's Bowl.
I think it's We Bowl.
What?
It's not We Bowl. It's Let's Bowl.
I believe it's Let's Bowl.
Well, either way, Adrian Zemed is the man.
Let me tell you something.
And I believe Craterface makes a cameo, so it's everything is fine. The nerd's in it.
The nerd. What nerd?
I don't know. Wasn't there like a nerd?
Like the guy
nerd.
Like the guy from
not like today where nerds are like buff and cool.
No, but the guy from Meatballs, that guy?
Oh, he had glasses. He was the nerd.
I get. You know what? The truth of the matter is that I don't like that movie so much that I don't remember a whole bunch of it.
What, Grease 2?
Yeah, I remember Let's Bowl.
It's one of the worst
It's
movies
Michelle
in the world.
Pfeiffer and Lorenzo Lamas, right? And Adrian Zmed.
I think that's right.
I mean, it's chock full of interesting people who you're like, oh shit, that's Bubba.
It's got to be one of the top 10 worst movies ever.
No,
Which leads me to what we saw just the other day.
All right, well, let me just say it's not one of the top 10 worst movies ever. I can sit here, and if you give me a few minutes,
all right,
I can come up with a lot of entries for that. Suicide Squad. Anyway,
what is Suicide Squad? Is that cartoon characters?
Well, comic book characters.
It's comic book.
Okay, here we go. So anyway,
there's a comic book called The Suicide Squad?
There's the comic. Okay, there are heroes and villains in comic books.
You keep saying okay like you're Gino Bisconti.
Maybe I am Gino Bisconti.
Okay.
But you know what Gino and I have in common?
Italiano.
We're the Italian straight man to a Jewish comedian on a podcast.
Oh. Okay.
Look at you. Feel better now that you've been.
I will not be doing any stripping though. No. Jesus.
Thank you for that. So we, the movie we went and saw. Well, anyway, Suicide Squad is villains from the DC universe. So Harley Quinn, the Joker, you know, people like that.
Wait, but that's a print comic called The Suicide Squad.
You know what? I am not
a
comic book person. I'm a comic book movie person.
I see.
And I just basically take them for what they are. But there are people, you know, you could just Google that, I think. But don't use Google. Use DuckDuckGo. Anyway, the movie we went and saw on Friday was...
horrible.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you even know the name of it?
It was like what was it, 2 movies at once?
It was like the Avengers Infinity War.
Right.
It was the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy teaming up to try and defeat Thanos. Not to be confused with Manos, which I think is a movie you enjoyed much more.
Hand of Fate.
Yes, I think you enjoyed that movie way more than you enjoyed Infinity War.
Well, the special effects were better in Manos.
Dave is not a comic book movie guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where to begin even. I don't even know if I should begin.
Well, no, you can. I mean, that's what it's a podcast. That's what we're here for.
Well, it's okay. It's just you know, I always like 2 movies at once. The more you just pack it all in there, that makes it better.
I mean, I believe this is, again, I'm not a comic book regular reader, but I believe this is canon for the Marvel universe.
Canon?
Yeah.
I'm more into MacGyver.
Oh, okay.
Or even Ironside.
Oh.
What do you mean canon?
What about Columbo? What the hell?
He's in a class of his own. That's a whole show on his own.
He does have a show on his own.
Columbo and Quincy. See, that's the why isn't that a movie? Columbo and Quincy team up to take on supervillains. That I would really be into that. Except I don't know who's going to play Columbo or Quincy.
Yeah. Or we could have it animated or something. But see, this is the thing. I believe this is canon. It's the Guardian of the Galaxies. Okay. I've already said this.
What do you mean this is canon?
Canon. Like canon is like
sort of competition to make the best movie?
No. It's like recognized history of the comic books. Like when I was talking to you about the Han Solo movie, back before Disney bought Star Wars, there was all these books in the universe, and they were canon, meaning those 3 books by A.C. Crispin were the definitive history of Han Solo. But now that Disney bought the franchise, that's no longer the case. Those books are no longer canon. So,
they're out the window. They might as well be A.C. Crispin Glover, for all we could care.
And God rest A.C. Crispin's soul, by the way.
And Mr. Glover. But he's not dead.
Okay.
But his career might be, if you've seen any of his latest work.
If you've seen the movie of him and the midget,
that's what I'm talking about.
Not the midgets.
It's Nazis, it's midgets, it's, I don't know. That's all. That's bad.
What was it called again?
I don't remember what it's called.
I don't remember either. Okay.
Crispin Glover's, something's wrong with him.
So yeah, well, anyway. So we're going down a road.
So
anyway,
it's a canon.
So you know what canon is. It's spelled differently. It's not canon like the World War II canon type.
Oh, it's canon like the camera.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hoi. Okay. So I believe it's canon. If I'm wrong, someone will tell us if anyone is listening. So it's not like they just made up this money train.
Okay. So if you're a follower of comics, then the movie makes more sense to you. Apparently,
no.
if you follow the story all these characters. You kept telling me who these people were.
Was that annoying, by the way?
Huh?
Was that annoying, by the way? Like, I kept...
It doesn't matter. It was not annoying. It's not like it really helps, but it's not annoying.
Oh, it didn't help? Okay. I thought it was helping.
I mean, I'm supposed to know this Bucky character?
I love Bucky. Bucky's the Winter Soldier.
How would you know? How are you supposed to know that?
Because I watched The Winter Soldier.
I don't know what that is.
It's a movie. It's Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Bucky's the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Captain America is Steve Rogers. Like, every time somebody popped up on the screen, I'd be like, oh, that's blah, blah, blah. If I knew them. But sometimes there's so many people.
I'm surprised that Captain America is Steve Rogers.
What do you mean?
I don't know. At this point, I would assume he'd have a different name. A little bit more gentrified, less white name, perhaps.
Well, you know what happened in the later Marvel universes is that, like, somebody else did become Captain America.
Was he from Wakanda?
Wakanda.
Oh.
No.
Did he have a Wakanda? Is that like some sort of sushi meal?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the Black Panther, to be honest.
I got Black Panther. It's the book downstairs.
No, that's a different kind of Black Panther.
Oh.
That's not the same. But thank you for that.
That's the only Black Panther I want to hear about.
So this movie was, 2 hours and 40 minutes long? It was pretty long.
It was a long movie, for sure. But, since it was at least two movies at once, it was worth it.
Oh, so you enjoyed it?
Well, I like Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that what it's called? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah.
That's semi-amusing.
Yes.
But that's because I like Chris Pratt.
Yes. Pratt.
But they're just... Oh, my God.
What?
Wait, is it made by Disney? Is that what's going on?
Disney owns Marvel, yes.
Disney's...
And also, I don't know if there's Chinese, they want to also market to the Chinese audience, and there's certain rules you have to have for them to give you their money or for you to be able to show your movie there. And
the jokes, the one-liners every few seconds.
That's not a Chinese thing.
Let's have completely unrealistic fight scenes and then throw in a one-liner to bring it back home.
Yeah, but that's just comic book stuff. That's not.
Oh my God.
That's. See, I thought that's fun. I like that. I like that quippy shit they do while they're in facing certain doom and death. I love that. That's very comic book, I think.
And why is Spider-Man such a little kid? He was never like that in the comic books when I was reading them.
Yes, he was. He was a little kid. Peter Parker's a kid. He's just either right out of high school or still in high school.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe it's because I was young and I just thought he was older.
No, But the guy that played him in the 78 series was way too old.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he was way too old for the character. Spider-Man is, not really a man. Not quite.
So, wait a second now. Batman's not part of this universe?
No, he's DC.
And so they never have a Marvel DC, or they had a Marvel versus DC? That sounds familiar. They never had that?
A Marvel versus DC.
Why don't they just stop this nonsense and team up together?
Because DC's movies are, they're just terrible. They're just...
As opposed to Marvel's?
Marvels are so successful and so well loved and so they're just so well received. This is the problem with DC. I don't know why it is the problem. The only real successful movie that people liked from DC so far is Wonder Woman, and I don't think you saw that.
No. Wonder Woman.
Yeah, with Gal Gadot, not Gal. She's a really beautiful Israeli girl.
I think I've seen a couple of clips of it.
Yeah, I know you'd like her because she's of your tribe.
Hey, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Oh, I think it does.
No.
What?
The Eurovision people who won last night were a disgrace. They're Israeli. That's terrible shit.
Which one did you like? You didn't watch the whole thing with me, but
Which one did I like?
you liked the Cyprus lady, but there's obvious reasons why. And
like
it wasn't the
the,
song. It's the Eurovision Song
I
Contest.
like Steely Dan, 1974. Ricky Don't Lose That Number. Did they do that one?
No,
Was Donald Fagen there?
No. First of all, no.
And the wrong Jew won.
Okay, look.
Because, I mean, you want to talk about a Jewish songwriter. I think Donald Fagen is probably the best there ever was. All right?
Okay.
End of story.
That's fine. However, Donald Fagen is from America. America is not involved in the Eurovision Song Contest. This is what happens. That girl did not write that song. Somebody else writes the song, and then they approach somebody to sing it.
What are they, like Barry Manilow?
Yes.
They write the songs that make the young girls cry.
Yes, that's exactly
And then
what
someone
happens.
else sings it and takes the credit.
No, sometimes not always. Sometimes it's the same person who wrote it and then who sang it.
All right. Well, is this even music? What is going on in the world? Comic book movies and terrible music. What happened?
Whoa.
What happened to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen? What happened to sitcoms and drama?
Well, Hungary had a rockin' song last night.
Hungary or the Netherlands?
The Netherlands.
Oh my God, the Netherlands. Are you guys insane?
That was great. Whalen.
You have a lead singer who's a handsome country guy. Why he sings country music in New Zealand is beyond me.
Not New Zealand. It's Netherlands.
Oh,
you just said it.
Netherlands, exactly. See? Who knows where he's from?
He's from the Netherlands. I'm telling you.
And then these... oh my God.
What? The black guys that were dancing around him?
They weren't dancing. They were convulsing angrily.
No, they were doing some sort of...
It was some sort of rage dance.
No, it wasn't. It was
If I could quote Alex Jones, that was a voodoo dance.
Alex Jones never has said
I
that.
think he did say that about... he just said that about Saturday Night Live, actually.
He said Saturday Night Live was a voodoo
He
dance?
said the entertainer on Saturday Night Live was doing a voodoo dance. I think his word was, that's a voodoo dance.
I guess
110%. That's what he said.
What the hell? I did not hear that.
Yeah, you gotta get hip to what's going on.
Wow, there you
Voodoo
go.
dancing.
Voodoo dancing on SNL. I don't watch SNL anymore.
Yeah. Music died and no one cares.
Music died. Comedy has died.
You under 30 kids don't even know what you're doing. You don't know. You have no idea. I had no idea. But I had more of an idea than you.
Well, you tell him, Dave.
I've forgotten stuff you haven't even learned. Boom.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the Avengers Infinity War?
No, it ain't bragging if you can back it up. 1 to 10, I would give it a 1.
Oh, you really, really did not like it, even with Chris Pratt.
No.
All right.
How do you?
Yes.
This movie is like. It might as well be just one big time machine. It's a time machine. In other words, anything that happens doesn't matter because it can always be erased.
Yeah, all those people are not going to stay dead.
Well, then what's the use?
There's just no way.
Why would
spoiler
it?
alert.
You're telling me they're not going to make another Guardians of the Galaxy with the green chick? She's never coming back.
Yeah, no.
The
they're all
stick is never
back.
coming back.
The what?
The rabbit never.
Raccoon. He's a raccoon.
Did he die too?
They all just went away.
Yeah, they should go away forever. That's how the movie ends for me.
You
I'm
like
not
the
seeing
ending.
The sequel, so guess what? I got a happy ending.
You like that Thanos was able to watch his
He's
son's
the only man
sunrise.
with it. He's like Thanos is
Sunset.
the Bill Burr of this fucking movie.
Thanos is the Bill Burr of this movie.
He knows that in order to correct the problem, many thousands of millions of people must be killed.
Turned to dust.
You have to get rid of millions of people and start again. Now, yeah, as millions as a person, you don't want to hear that.
Right.
He knew. So you don't like it. He's the bad guy. Maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah, he did seem awfully throughout the movie he seemed awfully like logical and he wasn't saying like evil shit that sounded too evil. It was,
If we just blew up the Middle East
oh boy.
and just started over, I think, we'd have less violence. It would be rough
Well,
for a
there'd be
while.
nobody there to
Well,
be
exactly.
violent.
Death cures cancer.
There you go.
You have to. You're in it. You can't see the trees from the forest.
That's true. That's true.
Everything. The world revolves around the Middle East, the universe. No, it goes away and starts over.
Well, I honestly
You
think
don't want to hear that as a human being.
Yeah.
I'm not saying do it.
No, but
I'm just looking at a big picture. Thanos had something. You guys think he's a bad guy? Okay. Maybe he is.
maybe he is.
Maybe he's not.
You liked him. You seemed to like him. You thought he was a no-nonsense guy.
I didn't like him.
Oh, I thought you liked him. All right.
I just liked him more than the other people.
I see. Even Chris Pratt.
No, but he's the only one who didn't die.
Oh, Chris Pratt? Oh,
Yeah.
Thanos. No, everybody died.
Chris Pratt went to turn to dust too?
Everybody turned to dust.
I didn't see him turn to dust.
I thought everybody turned to dust.
I like him more in
Maybe you didn't. I
a
don't
sitcom
remember.
from about 15 years ago.
Parks and Recreation?
Everwood.
Everyone wasn't a sitcom, but I loved him there too.
Oh. Well, it's a situation drama.
It was a
It's a
family
dramedy.
drama.
Huh?
It was a family drama with some light-hearted moments at times.
100 times better than this comic book nonsense.
Yeah, he was very good in it. He was still very much Chris Pratt, but he was very good in it.
I mean, how do you have any emotion for anyone? How do you feel for any of the characters? Is what I'm saying. In a movie like that, how do you feel for the characters?
Why? There's too many, or
I don't know. They're all just doing stuff that doesn't make any sense.
what didn't make sense to you?
I don't know. You can't bounce off an airplane and land on your feet and then tell a one-liner. It just doesn't make any
It's
sense.
a comic book movie. That's exactly
I
what
know.
happens.
So when they die, I'm supposed to feel upset?
No,
It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I don't. I think since everybody knows there's more movies down the pike, there's just no way that these. It's.
So, I mean, at what point does anything matter in the movie? I understand it's an escape, but, can't you escape with a little bit of reality on the side?
I will join you in this. I don't enjoy a movie that is a cliffhanger like that. Like I don't. I want.
That was not a cliffhanger for me.
Well, I mean, we don't know how how things get better.
I think, when the Fonz jumped the shark, that was a two-parter. That was more of a cliffhanger than this.
This, oh really? See, I don't. I mean, clearly other things have to happen in this universe. So, to me, it was too much of a cliffhanger. Like I want some resolution, some hope for or something.
Wait, well, tell me something.
Yeah. All right.
In the scene where the guy sacrifices himself with the stone in his head, the red guy.
The vision.
So he just sacrifices himself, and then 2 seconds later, they rewind it, and he doesn't sacrifice himself, and the stone is now taken by Thanos.
Hands of Fate. Yes.
What is this?
That's called.
How does anything matter?
That's the foreshadowing to how everything gets fixed next time around.
Ugh.
What's going to happen is he's going to do that. It's going to undo everything. I mean, are we going to look? Doctor Strange went and watched 14 million. He said 14 million different outcomes, and
Yes,
only one
basically.
worked.
Right.
I mean, he also manipulates time and such, so I'm not sure. And did we see his cape turn to dust?
I just don't know.
I don't recall.
Too much dust.
There was a lot of dust happening, but I feel like the cape is going to do something. I feel like, I mean, and this is, we don't know.
I think we need some rules in these superhero movies.
I think.
Well, stop manipulating time.
No.
And if you die, you're dead. Okay, now then maybe we can work. We can, we have some guidelines, something to work with. Maybe we can feel some emotion.
Well, I mean, maybe you are not one of the more emotional people when it comes to certain emotions. Anyway.
I think this movie's for Chinese people.
It is a movie I think it's perfectly acceptable for Chinese people. There were no monks in it. There was no sex in it of any kind, and no promiscuousness.
What if they had monks having sex? Would that be bad? Sexy monks?
I feel like they don't. There's never anything more than a hug or a smile in movies that you want to have play in China.
Thelonious Monk? I don't think they want that either.
Anywho.
It's just terrible stuff. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I kind of mind.
I feel fine.
Oh. See?
Anyway, so you honestly would give it a 1?
Yes, a 1.
It's the biggest.
I enjoyed the drive-in movie theater way more than the movie.
Yeah, how was your soda?
It was fountainy.
Was it? That's what I was going to ask you. Was it really
very
sweet?
good. See, the driver, very good up here. This is, we're not getting ripped off. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, it was.
The prices were very reasonable.
It was $7 a person, and that's a double feature. That's $7 a person. We left after the first movie.
Yeah.
The second movie was Black Panther, and we couldn't. First of all, we couldn't keep the dog in the car for that long. That would be cool.
Well, we left. It was already 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and
what are you going to watch Black Panther at 2 a.m?
Yeah, I just knew Dave was not going to want to watch anyway. But it was. I liked the experience. I look forward to going again. We came home and the cat seemed upset that we had been gone for so long.
Yeah, she was upset.
So she really was. She was like, meow, meow. So I feel like maybe we should invest in some sort of camper. So we can, they can all.
I don't know if you can take a camper to a drive-in. Can you?
Not a huge one. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Block other people's view.
You can park over to the side or something.
What is racial appropriation?
Racial appropriation, cultural appropriation.
Yeah. What is that? What are they?
That's when people of certain ethnicities or other ethnicities claim that you are stealing something from another ethnicity. Like we have the young lady who wore the beautiful Chinese gown to her prom. She looked excellent. The gown was lovely. And people were saying that she had no right to wear that particular dress. I feel like that's bullshit.
Yeah, that doesn't... that's nobody's business but hers.
She paid for the dress. She paid someone who designed the dress.
What's it doing sitting willy-nilly in a thrift shop?
I don't even think it was a thrift shop. I think it was a brand new dress. Somebody made it to be sold in this country, and somebody bought it to be worn in this country.
Do you go to those stores down there?
Uh-huh.
You can buy the most ridiculously what would you call it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kitsch, like Chinese like crap.
Oh.
Like little crap, like patronizing Chinese crap. And it's completely fine to walk around with that on. I mean, you could buy
like
one of those
paper
dresses
fans
in a store like that
shit
down there. Those fans, exactly.
Yeah,
anything like stereotypically Chinese.
Tchotchkes.
That's not racial appropriation?
No, because that's why I think it's cultural appropriation.
When a white person goes down there and buys that stuff and then takes it home and is using the fan and on stuff.
This is the problem. This is why comedy is dead, why music is dead. There's so many weirdo PC people who just you give them an inch and then they just keep going. They just keep going like a monster that can't stop eating everything. And they just want to take everything and ruin it.
Yeah, so, they don't know what they're doing. They have no concept of the history.
Let's put it this way: if Bo Derek and Dudley Moore made 10 today, there would be such a backlash about her culturally appropriated cornrows.
I got an idea. It just hit me.
What do you mean?
Bo Dudley. It's the new band.
Bo Dudley.
Yeah.
And okay,
I'm not sure what kind of music we're doing. We might do the music of the movie 10, or we might just go another. I mean, we could do Bolero.
Uh-huh.
But Bo Dudley, what do you think? We're white people with cornrows, and we play square guitars.
Okay, why square guitars?
Because Bo Diddley played a square
Oh,
guitar.
all right, I gotcha. All
Bo
right.
Dudley. And we'll drink a lot, and maybe Liza Minnelli can make an appearance.
All right. Well,
We can actually do that. We can have 10 meets Arthur, and that's better than Thor and all that shit teaming up.
You know what? I gotta be honest. I don't love Thor, but
you gotta love Dudley Moore.
you have to love Dudley Moore.
And that leads me to this.
Oh, okay.
You know, Dudley Moore, great comedic actor.
Uh-huh.
Great, actor.
Yes.
I don't think he did any superhero movies.
The superhero.
What the hell is wrong with Robert Downey Jr.? Has he no scruples? It's just all about the money. Is that what it is? It's all about the money.
I mean, at a certain point, look at De Niro. Look at Pacino.
Yeah.
It's nothing but
at least
the money.
De Niro does comedies.
Please stop it. Please stop
De Niro,
that right
I would
now.
rather watch De Niro than that shit.
You would?
Yeah.
I'm not talking
I don't
about
want to watch De
Fockers.
Niro in a suit flying around. If Robert De Niro was in the role that Mark Ruffalo had, well, then yeah, he would be terrible.
Mark Ruffalo is my least favorite person on the planet.
What?
Sorry, Mark Ruffalo.
What was that? Did he put on weight, or is that just for the character? I thought Mark Ruffalo was a skinny guy.
No, he's regular. But and this whole thing where the Hulk didn't want to come out, ugh.
That was, yeah. The whole thing is terrible. Terrible.
I'm telling you, Edward Norton was the best Hulk.
Isn't that a cultural appropriation when Chinese people invest millions of dollars into a movie and then they have like black people in ridiculous costumes chanting and they might as well have been going ooga booga, ooga booga.
What were they? They weren't saying ooga booga, but
I mean, what is that? That's not making. That's not. Somehow that seems racist to me.
the whole Wakanda thing.
Yeah, it's like, are you kidding me? The king of Africa sounded like Dan Soder doing an African.
He was not the king of Africa. He's the king of Wakanda.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, that accent, man. What is he coming to America?
No, I think that accent is real.
Well, it's really ridiculous.
He's from, I believe he is from some place there. I forget.
Jackie Mason's Jewish, but it doesn't have to represent all Jewish people.
Well, maybe he does, though. You're a schmuck, the biggest.
LeBron James should have been the king.
Oh, boy.
And I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, good. Let's leave it at that. Now, so you did not enjoy the movie, and perhaps you are helping other people who don't enjoy comic book movies to make a decision as to whether to see this or not.
Oh, no. I'm the asshole. I'm just the angry guy. Everything's changed, and I'm the one, and I'm to blame. It's me.
Okay.
I'm the problem.
All right. Well, I didn't say that. You're saying that.
I am saying that.
I did discover something interesting about you this past week that I wanted to touch upon.
What's that?
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
She's the best.
She, for some reason, we were having a conversation about something, and all of a sudden, Dave blurted out that she's the best.
She's the best. I love her.
What do you love her from? This is what I want to. I
love her from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
You thought that her acting in Fast Times at Ridgemont High
I don't know. As a little kid, I kind of liked her.
Okay, but from there, from kind of liking her in 1984 to she's the best in 2018, there's got to be something happening.
Did you see her in Hitcher? The Hitcher?
The Hitcher. No.
Well, then you don't know
Oh.
C. Thomas Howell like I do.
Oh. C. Thomas Howell. I see.
Another great actor from the 80s.
Okay. He does a lot of sci-fi movies now.
I know. He doesn't get the respect he deserves. I don't know what happened. Maybe he didn't join Scientology.
Yeah, you know what? It's not that it could be Scientology, or maybe he,
Oh, maybe it was Soul Man. I think Soul Man might have had a problem. That might have been. I think that might have
No.
put the nail in the coffin.
I feel, with all this pedo shit and
He's a pedo.
the open secret. No, but he was a little kid. Maybe he refused, advances, and that's what happens.
C. Thomas Howell.
And that's why
And he didn't want to howl.
he did not want to howl.
And he didn't want to read howl.
Okay,
By your friend,
you seem to
Allen
be,
Ginsberg.
Okay, please.
See how it comes full circle?
I don't want to talk about Allen Ginsberg because if you saw the movie Chicken Hawk, you
Maybe he wanted to see Thomas Howell.
perhaps. Okay. Anyway, what this all has to do with Jennifer Jason Leigh, I don't know.
She's a very good actress, not to mention all the trauma, her dad being Vic Morrow.
Oh, yeah.
Vic Morrow, that's bad.
Well, it's not bad that was her dad. It's just bad what happened to her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's awful. I will
So
say
you got to
that.
give her, she comes from fine stock of parents, and she's a good actress. I don't think she got I don't think she went as far as she could have. Probably because of the Vic Morrow thing. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't know about that, but anyway, she was in Revenge. Remember, I binge watched Revenge
Yes.
recently.
Yes.
Well, she played. Hear me, Emily Thorne. She played her mother, her estranged mother, and
See, she's good.
no, she was fantastic because she was playing someone with issues, and she had, she was all in. It's, we watch a lot of these shows, or I watch a lot of these shows, and there are people who are, acting in these shows, and then there are real actors that come into these shows. And when you see the difference, it's mind-blowing. One of my favorite examples is Kyle MacLachlan when he appeared on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You saw the difference when he was on screen doing his bit. That guy is an actor.
Yep.
The people on that show are just acting, but they are not full blown like Kyle MacLachlan or like Jennifer Jason Leigh was in Revenge. I mean, it's kind of crazy once you're like, uh-oh, because then it makes everyone else look very vanilla, and then you have someone who can come in and just be, just blow your mind. You're watching a show and you're like, oh, the show's great, I'm enjoying it, and then all of a sudden a real actor comes in and just fucking ruins everything. Kyle MacLachlan in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was just, oh man, he was amazing.
Now, what about Columbo? The real actors who are on Columbo, does that have the same effect?
No, because they're on the rise, I think, unless it's like Leslie Nielsen or something. But yesterday we watched one with Suzanne Pleshette, a very young Suzanne Pleshette. And he's such a character that I don't think anyone
all
can
the
outshine
actors
him.
on the show are good, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that, maybe that's the difference. They're all of high quality.
No, they're not. They're of TV quality. I mean,
Maybe they're of high quality just in bad roles.
Yeah, but back then you didn't have that crossover that you have now.
What was Leslie Nielsen, a class actor?
Leslie Nielsen was a dramatic actor who, I would put him as a solid B-list actor.
He did what De Niro tried to do, but he did it successfully. Oh no, but De Niro was an A actor. I'm saying he went from serious to comedy.
He went to serious, but he was, his comedy was so
straight face.
Yeah, it was really amazing, but
deadpan.
Yeah, like almost like a Newhart, But back in the Columbo days, people weren't crossing over so much from movies to TV, and the TV actors were not as skilled as the movie ones. But now it's a free for all, and there's
Well, The Sopranos changed everything.
You think it was The Sopranos?
I do.
What movie actors were in The Sopranos?
I just think The Sopranos made TV an acceptable form or
For a star?
outlet for quality shows.
I gotcha.
I think it got rid of the taboo that you couldn't be a good actor and do TV.
Right.
What good actors are in it? I don't know. There's tons of them probably. I'm just not thinking of
No,
it.
I'm just thinking like a crossover. Yeah, there was
I mean, all these people did cameos in that.
Jon Favreau, Joey Pants.
Yeah. Just countless people that we're not thinking of.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I watched that show, but you brought it up.
I'm just saying, I think that changed everything. What was it? What could it have been before that?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. West Wing. Was West Wing before that? Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
Sopranos is 99, right?
He was around then, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like yeah, I'm do you hear that?
What is it? Doggy?
Yeah, she's sniffing my microphone. Honey, can you lay down, please? Sweet girl. Anyway. Carry on.
What was I thinking here?
You were just talking about the crossovers of shows and movies. There's Benedict Cumberbatch. He does shows and movies now. He's Sherlock Holmes in those BBC movies.
Is he English?
Yeah. Benedict Cumberbatch.
I don't think that.
No,
American
he's an
person.
Italian. He's an Italian gentleman.
That sounds pretty English.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it gets more English.
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
That sounds provocative.
What?
I don't know.
In what way, weirdo?
I don't know.
No.
I'm not going to go into it.
Cumberbatch. Anyway, so I just wanted to check in on your Jennifer Jason Leigh, and you really seem to not have much to say other than you love her, but and you feel sorry for her, but
Yeah, everything I ever see her and I like her.
yeah, but I think we've only.
Maybe I just like her as a person.
Is she a celebrity crush for you?
But I don't think of it like that. I just think I don't know. I just like her.
All right. Well, you can just like her. She, like I said, she was great in Revenge, which I liked a lot. It could have kept going, I think, but maybe not. They canceled a whole bunch of shows this week.
Well, yeah, which ones?
Fox canceled Brooklyn Nine-Nine after 5 years.
Wait, I thought they saved it.
NBC picked it up.
Hey now, NBC. They'll just take anything, won't they?
I don't know. They canceled Lucifer, I think.
Okay, that was semi-amusing for a second. I didn't really watch it though.
No, but the guy Tom Ellis, who plays Lucifer,
Yeah.
I really think he should be the next James Bond.
Really?
He's really handsome.
He's good.
He was on that show Miranda. Remember we watched that show?
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. He was like
was-
the bartender guy.
He was the chef bartender guy.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he is good.
He's really good. I like him. They canceled some shows on ABC that we never watched. And they're bringing back Last Man Standing, the Tim Allen show.
Yes,
That was canceled last year by ABC.
Who's bringing it back? Fox.
Fox. It was canceled last year by ABC when it was getting a lot of viewers, like over 8 million viewers.
Right.
And it was canceled because of Tim Allen's conservative views.
And what channel is Roseanne on?
She is on ABC.
And they canceled Tim Allen?
They canceled Tim Allen last year and brought back Roseanne this year. And I think people seeing that there is an audience for more conservative view shows, or just shows that are not overly political, overly leftist, overly PC. So now Fox is like, hey, you know what? Let's bring you over here, Tim
do some of
Allen.
the backlash.
So Tim Allen and Nancy Travis and their kids are all coming back.
They should bring back Tool Time.
Tool Time. You know what show I'd like them to bring back?
What?
Other than like the obvious.
Not The Odd Couple with Matt Perry.
No.
I'd rather have it with Luke Perry and Matt Perry. That would be funny.
You think so?
Yeah, because they could just be they could be an odd gay couple with the same last name. It could be a reality show. I want Matt and Luke Perry to get married in real life and then have an odd couple reality show.
Okay. Well,
Boom.
Perhaps that can be worked out. I don't know. But I of course would want Veronica Mars back if that could happen, and I would want Firefly if that could happen, and Sarah Connor Chronicles if that could happen.
Really?
Yes. Oh my God, all of those shows I would watch and watch and watch and watch and watch. However, I also miss the show Eureka from Sci-Fi Channel.
That was with Mike the Plumber, wasn't it?
Well, now he's the Maytag Man.
Exactly. Classic Mike the Plumber.
Mike the Plumber is the guy who played Mike the Plumber on Desperate Housewives.
Was that really his name, Mike the Plumber?
I believe he was Mike the Plumber. And Dave would start picking out guys that fit in that niche for him. Like, we'd be watching another show and he'd be like, hey, there's a Mike the Plumber. He kind of looked like the same guy. And so you're saying
Mike the Plumber's a leading man.
Yeah, but you pick out other people in shows and call them Mike the Plumber.
Well, there's a lot of Mike the Plumbers.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain what Mike the Plumber is.
Oh.
You've been doing this for...
Since before Mike the Plumber. No,
you haven't.
I couldn't have done that.
That makes sense.
It wouldn't make any sense.
But you
unless
think
it was a comic book movie.
You are thinking that the sheriff of Eureka is a Mike the Plumber.
Yes. Eureka has Brother from Another Planet?
Yes. Eureka had Brother from Another Planet and Mike the Plumber, and they had he lived in that cool house that had an AI that took care of everything for him. I liked that show a lot. I liked Eureka.
It went off the air. It finished its run.
Yeah, I mean, it was on for a good amount of time, but I feel like there's just so much more technology and shit out there that there's just more hijinks. I liked that show. It was a good, clean family show with good, nice, fun characters and
better than the Dome, Under the Dome, Dodie.
Dodie? Is it Dodie or Dottie? Dodie?
I don't know.
What was it? What did he say? We're under a dome, Dottie?
I
Dodie?
guess. Something like that.
We're under a dome, Dodie?
Under a
I don't know.
goddamn dome, Dottie.
We watched the first season, and it was hysterical, but I did not get into the second season. I don't know how it ended. I didn't read that Stephen King book, by the way.
Oh.
One of the few I didn't read.
He's got a lot.
And I've read a lot of them. I joined Goodreads recently, and they, you click on which books you've read, and you know.
In general, his books are better or his movies are better? I mean, the end result.
I think it's a mix. I mean, you've got Carrie, and you've got The Shining, and you've got Running Man, which are great. But then you have like Christine and Cujo and Pet Sematary.
Christine is amazing.
The movie?
Yeah, the kid who plays the kid in Christine.
The guy from he's from Back to School and The Legend of Billie Jean.
He's just great.
So you like the movie better than the book?
Him and Jason Leigh need to do something.
Well, perhaps we can start a petition somewhere.
I mean, I'd like the book if you could show it on a screen.
So you have. I'm wondering how many Stephen King books you've read.
I don't think I've read a Stephen King book.
I remember when we first got together, I implored you to read and bought you The Green Mile.
Oh yeah, I read a little bit of that.
That was before.
Hmm.
When I thought perhaps we had things in common.
Oh.
And then now, after being together for 22 years, I realize we have nothing in common. Not the movies, not the books, not the music.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. We have almost zero in common.
What the hell am I seeing?
You're okay. That's supposed to be on in the background. It's not supposed to cause you to want to watch it. That's why
You just
there's
said
no sound
homo
on.
machina.
Machina.
What the hell's homo machina?
It's probably I don't know. I'm not paying attention to it at all. I should have put cartoons on or something.
I better stop watching.
Yeah. So, the Stephen King. So you like Christine. I like the book Christine. There's a lot of books that Stephen King's written that scare the shit out of me just reading it. Like Pet Sematary was scary to read. Like you knew when you turned that page. Or Cujo was very scary to read.
Who's a better author in your opinion, Stephen King or Dean Koontz?
Steve King.
Steve King and Dean Koontz.
I don't know. I know they don't. I don't think they like each other very much.
You don't think they like each other?
Is it? It's either them or maybe it's not him and Stephen King.
Stephen King's a drug fiend.
Is he?
He was.
What do you mean?
He was an alcoholic cocaine maniac.
Wait a second.
I can guarantee you that Stephen King was a drug addict.
How can you guarantee me that?
I've read this.
Oh, okay.
And Dean Koontz, I don't know what he does, but that one he did, was it called Intensity?
The one with the guy with the camper?
Yeah, he's the sheriff.
Yeah.
That shit was fucked up, man. That was a scary book.
Yeah. And he did another one like Soul Survivor or something with a plane crash. I've read less Dean Koontz books. And then he did one where there was somebody who couldn't go out.
That one with the trailer and the dogs, that was a fucked up book rather.
Yeah. Yeah, his was maybe a little too scary, maybe.
I don't know that's something wrong with that guy. You can't write that stuff and be normal.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should bring him up on a crime, but I wouldn't be surprised if he committed one.
Who, Dean Koontz?
Yeah. You don't just imagine stuff like that for the hell of it. Something's wrong with him.
All right, well,
Something's wrong with fucking Stephen King, too.
Dean Koontz is I remember he wrote a book, and I believe it's the first time I had ever heard of a French bulldog.
Ah.
He had a French bulldog in one of his books, I think. I think that was him.
He likes donkeys.
Who doesn't? Do you know anybody who doesn't like dogs?
If you don't like a dog, there's something wrong with you.
That's what I'm thinking.
Unless you like cats. Yeah, if you just love cats and they take the place of a dog for you, maybe. But if you don't like dogs, you got a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I like them both, but something about a dog, regardless of how bad they are.
Cats will infect your whole family with bacteria and brain-eating disease. Dogs never do that. Look it up. They don't warn you not to sleep with dogs. They say don't sleep with cats.
Did they say don't sleep with cats?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're wild animals. They could scratch you in the middle of the night.
Oh.
With dogs, they're just nice little fluffy things. Kitties. Kitty's a beast with fangs and sharp fucking claws.
Our cat is we got a cat like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And she is a furniture ruiner.
They get the poisonous mucus that they put on their claws, and then they scratch you with it, and it goes into you. And then, because the tip of their claw is thinner at the tip, the wound closes upon exit, so it traps the bacteria deep in your skin. That, my friend, is called cat scratch fever.
Oh well, okay. So now what?
Oh, I'm just saying you don't get dog scratch fever. Dogs have one of the cleanest antiseptic mouths of any animals.
I heard that was not true.
Oh, well, I like to spew stuff that I heard too.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. So, are you anti-cat? Are you trying to get us to get rid of
No,
Kitty?
I like cats. They're just crazy. They are abstract, weird beings. I mean, if I had to choose a dog or a cat, I'm definitely choosing a dog. But I like cats. I like cats too. I love cats.
We got this.
But I love dogs more.
We got Kitty because we live in the middle of nowhere, so there's a definite mouse issue in and around the house. Excuse me, but
Kitty doesn't do her job.
well, we got Kitty, and Kitty was. We don't think Kitty was a domesticated animal when we first got her. Someone had shot her up with BB gun pellets, and almost killed her, and in the face, in the legs, near the spine, and
Fucking dumb fucks.
some assholes. So the local vet knew we were looking for a cat and said, well, look, we just operated on this cat and we fixed her, so, come get her. She was not at all domesticated. Didn't know about litter boxes, didn't know. It was a rough couple of weeks at first. She wouldn't even come. She hid for weeks.
She was a barn dweller.
She was a barn dweller, and yeah, if that. And now she's she's used to the litter. She's used to the dog. She's getting. You can't pick her up. You can only pat her on the head. Otherwise, bye-bye.
She's gotten better.
She's gotten better, but we felt like we never should put her, bring her down to the basement. We just didn't want that for her.
She's too clean to go in the basement.
She's too clean to go in the basement. Not our basement's not dirty, but that occasionally we will see evidence of a mouse down there. So what we wanted to do was get a cat and just let her wander around the house and scare the mice away just by her presence. But what happened was we got the cat and we just didn't want that for her. We didn't want to traumatize her with having to work or something. So
she'd probably love it.
She probably would love it, but we're just like, oh no, we don't want to do that to her. So instead, she ruins our furniture and. All
right, wait a second. I gotta cut in here.
Oh.
Tell me something.
Oh God, what?
Now Spotify.
Yeah.
Just announced that they're removing all of R. Kelly's music content from their service.
Okay.
Are they also removing Ike and Tina Turner? Are they also removing Glenn Campbell? Are they removing Rick Springfield?
What did Rick Springfield do?
He beat his girlfriend or wife. Are they removing Charles Manson's music that everyone seems to love so much? Are they removing countless others?
Like Jimmy Page?
Never been convicted of anything. Jimmy Page is a saint.
Like Pete Townsend?
The best. Pete Townsend and Jimmy Page got to team up. I got a new boy band for them.
Yo, boy. Pete Townsend will love that.
If he loves it so much, why didn't he do it yet? He's no Ron Perlman.
Yeah,
Ron Perlman. What am I talking about?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I think you're talking about Lou Pearlman.
Lou Pearlman, exactly. He's no Hellboy.
Honey, Maggie's upset.
I'm just saying, great Spotify. What else are you going to fucking remove? Why don't you remove John Lennon's music? He must have done something.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix. I heard Jimi Hendrix kicked his pregnant girlfriend in the stomach.
Are you serious?
Maybe you should remove all of his music.
Well, there
Why don't you stop playing all music?
All right.
Why don't you remove your service? Why don't you stop existing?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Where do you draw the line? You going to stop renting Woody Allen movies?
Yes.
Why don't you leave that up to the people who want to rent it?
All right. So.
Fuck you, Spotify.
Oh, okay.
I fucking think R. Kelly's a scumbag, but don't start this.
It's a slippery slope, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Fucking long live Nick DiPaolo.
I love Nick DiPaolo. Don't put Nick DiPaolo in the same sentence as fucking R. Kelly.
I'm saying they fire Nick DiPaolo.
Oh.
You're mixed up. It's all mixed up.
Nick DiPaolo. I was surprised that now we're talking about something else. By the way, we're talking about XM firing Nick DiPaolo for a tweet. We've been down this road with XM before. I am shocked that they hired Nick DiPaolo. Hopefully he's going to get paid regardless of whether he's on the platform or not, and he will either join Compound Media or do his own thing. I don't know, but
he will.
Nick DiPaolo is a funny guy and an opinionated guy, and we here in the middle of upstate New York love our free speech, so fuck you, XM. But Spotify is not the same. That's not the same. R. Kelly is a fiend, Dave.
Yeah, so what?
Well, you can't... he's a fiend with underage children. I feel like that's the line. Underage...
Have they removed all of Bill Cosby's music? He's got a few hits.
I would say probably.
Yeah, because I could go right on YouTube and listen to it right now.
Yeah, but that's not Spotify.
Yeah, but what's the difference?
Well, they're two different things.
Yeah, but what's next?
What do you mean?
When are they going to remove all of Bill Cosby from YouTube because of his actions? Why don't we just erase Bill Cosby from history?
I mean, what do you want me to say?
I'm just saying, Fat Albert was funny. You want to tell me it's not funny now?
Fat Albert was funny. I Spy was funny, but what was happening in the background with him wearing that rape robe and giving girls pills in wine to get them to... Okay.
Why would you
defend that, though?
What?
Why? See, this is where another thing we don't agree on. I think that's fucking shitty.
Why would you allow them to do Hogan's Heroes?
I did not allow them to do Hogan's Heroes.
Why would that be an acceptable show? Why is that okay?
Why are you leaping from here to there?
Because that's the opposite, but with the same effect. That's not reality, a horrible thing.
Yeah, but they were making fun of the Nazis. They were making fun of the Nazis.
So we could just have a show where I make fun of R. Kelly?
I mean, it's happened.
R. Kelly, it's R. Kelly's world? Instead of Clink, it's whatever?
I don't know that. I don't know.
Jesus. I'm just saying.
I know, but R. Kelly he's like, it has weird sex slaves locked up in his house.
Well, why doesn't Spotify get rid of anything Dr. Dre has ever produced? Or do we condone him just beating the shit out of a reporter?
You know what? I honestly, I feel like that's a shitty thing, and I didn't even know about that. And they didn't have any mention of it in the movie, I guess.
Why don't we just get rid of everything that the great Fatty Arbuckle did? Oh, wait. Maybe we should.
Okay. I'm
just saying, what one man does with a Coke bottle has nothing to do with his comedy career.
Okay. This is what I'm saying. If you're disgusting in a way that is abusive to another person, I don't want to support you. I don't want to support you. I don't know all of the background stuff of my heroes, so I still wind up liking people, and then I find out shit about them.
Let's remove On the Road from the libraries.
What did Kerouac do?
Who even goes to a library anymore?
What did Kerouac do that you want to do?
What didn't he do?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know. Let's dig further. I'm sure we'll find plenty of stuff he did that's reprehensible.
I mean,
he's probably had sex with minors for all I know.
Yeah,
and I'm not talking about Cole.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Maggie, what's wrong?
Well, why is Spotify going to remove every single Aerosmith tune because he had a 12-year-old girlfriend in the 70s?
Perhaps they should.
Well, then why don't we just stop living in the world? Why don't we stop existing as humans? If you dig deep enough, we might as well just end our existence as human beings because we're all evil, except for some of us.
Yeah, I mean...
It's just, where do you draw the line?
Yeah. I mean it's all part of the they really are trying to normalize a lot of this shitty behavior.
Why don't they get rid of all the Steely Dan's music? Because Donald Fagen had an argument with his wife that may have gotten physical for half a second, and then she completely forgive him and has nothing but good things to say. But let's just remember him as a wife beater. It's nonsense.
I mean, look.
I'm not saying that R. Kelly's the good person.
No,
but
he's
where
definitely
are you
not.
going to draw the line? Or 50 Cent. Why don't you get rid of all of his music?
And Jay-Z.
Snoop Dogg. Jay-Z. The crack dealers. How many people died?
Yeah.
I don't know. R. Kelly's the one you want to target. I don't like R. Kelly. Why don't they get rid of Kanye West because of his political views?
No, I love Kanye's political views.
Well, you're going to say
he's a free thinker.
He's detrimental to the progressive left.
Hashtag free thinker. Look, I don't know what to say. You go down this road where you like to separate the person from the art. I cannot separate the person from the art, especially when the person is, a child molester, a pedophile, a wife beater. I can't separate it. I'm different than you.
I hear that.
But maybe because you are a musician and, there's so much music out there that is made by troubled people, you have long ago decided that separating it was the only way you could enjoy it. So I get that, but maybe also it's because I am a female. I have more of a problem with this pedophile shit than you do. I don't know.
No, I have a problem with it, but it's just I'm not sure what we're doing here.
We're doing a podcast.
No, I know that. That's good.
Well,
yeah, Spotify, shame on you.
What? Spotify should shame on you for other reasons. The musicians don't really get a.
If I want to listen to the speeches of Hitler, I should be able to listen to them.
On Spotify?
Yeah.
I don't have Spotify, so
I don't either. But I'm saying
I don't know what they offer.
What's the criteria?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. They really are. Have
they gotten rid of all of Gary Glitter's music?
I don't know. Do they still play it at the?
I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Rock and roll?
I just don't know.
I haven't heard it in a long time too. Maybe they just quietly removed it from playlists.
What they do with rock and roll is they now do songs that sound like it. They have the same beat and kind of the same thing, but they're not that. Because that was a very generic kind of groove anyway. But yeah, you'll hear like things that sound like Gary Glitter, but they're not.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Look, I feel like there should be.
Fuck Gary Glitter. I don't love him, but you know what I mean?
I know, but I'm just in general. I think there should be some punitive effects of these people's life choices, where their shit does stop getting played, where they are pulled from Spotify.
Why are
Otherwise,
Iggy Pop's music? Why is Iggy Pop's music on every fucking commercial you ever see? Why would you use Iggy Pop's music on American Idol or whatever, one of those shows? Lust for Life. The man was a complete fucking pedophile. He's worse than fucking any of these people we've just talked about.
How do you know that?
I've read about it. I've heard about it. I've read accounts from his ex-girlfriends who were like, 15 or 16 when he was in his 20s.
Yeah, see, that's bad.
That's all in the name of the 1970s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, personally, I try not to purchase, listen, give my money to anybody I feel is.
You got to get rid of the Rolling Stones also, because fucking Bill Wyman and Ron Wood and their 10-year-old girlfriends.
Ugh, okay, that's too much.
Come on. All these people, just, let's stop. It's the end of the world.
As we know it.
Just keep digging. You keep digging, and you're going to find what you want. Show me the man, I'll show you the crime.
All right.
I don't know. I'm not a fan.
This is a rough one, though. I mean, I guess there's,
I mean, has R. Kelly been convicted of a crime?
Yeah, several times.
Oh, well then we got a problem. Okay, I changed my mind.
You got to look at the Wikipedia. He's been accused of.
He's been accused, but has he been convicted?
I'm pretty sure he has been. Yes.
Why the hell is he out and about then? Why is he doing concerts?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know much about
I think he peed on someone like 20 years ago.
Yeah, he's been in trouble since 1994, I believe. He's been in trouble with the law. I think hitting, peeing. I think the peeing thing came in 2002.
What a loser.
Yeah. So anyway, that's why it takes. I mean, it's.
I don't support R. Kelly, but I want the right for R. Kelly to put his music out there until he's in jail, and then even then, I mean, what Charles Manson had his music out.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be, I don't think somebody should say, R. Kelly, you can't put music out. But what I do think somebody should say is, I don't want to listen to R. Kelly. I don't want to pay for a service that has R. Kelly because I feel he's, a total tool.
So, I mean, you think Spotify is taking heat from people, or they just did this proactively because they thought they were being politically correct?
I feel like it's the politically correct thing. The Me Too movement or whatever. I feel like it's just more political correctness, and they're on a slippery slope because we do have Pete Townsend, we do have Gary Glitter, we do have Jimmy Page, we have all of these guys who Iggy Pop or whoever else you've mentioned. You're going to take them all?
Pete Townsend never had a girlfriend who was 15.
No, but he did.
Pete Townsend, if you look into it, whatever he did is way less offensive than Iggy Pop, Jimmy Page, Steven Tyler. Pete Townsend is way less of a threat than any of those people. Plus, he never repeated that behavior ever, if it happened in the first place.
Well,
that's fine. He never downloaded anything. He's whatever. It's just like his thing is it's on the fringe of being bad.
Okay.
It's not like he's running a sex ring. He doesn't have sex slaves. He's not R. Kelly. Plus, he fucking wrote Quadrophenia.
See.
My God. The Quadrophenia, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Let's just cut this here. Let's cut this here on this rather happy note.
I tell you, it doesn't fare well for him, though, to have hired Gary Glitter to perform in Quadrophenia. Let's just say that. That's not good. He seems to be a little too good friends with Gary Glitter.
All right. Let's wrap this up, sweetheart.
But then again, he does have Billy Idol.
Oh, boy.
All right, we'll wrap it up.
Okay, so this is podcast number 2. Do you remember what the name of the show is?
The Groovy Boob Tube Review.
No.
Dave and Shecky. The Middle-Aged Cool Kids featuring Dave and Shecky.
It's the Middle-Aged Cool Kids Super Terrific Podcast featuring your pals, Dave and Shecky.
Jesus.
It's a good one. It's a good name. Good, solid name. You can follow us on Twitter, but really it's just me you're following, at middleagecool. But if you want to send a note over on Twitter, I can get it to Dave if you have something to say to Dave.
Oh, jeez.
We are on YouTube. We are on iTunes. We are on Stitcher. And we are on TuneIn and Google Play. So, have at it. Subscribe, download, listen. Do it all. You want to say goodbye?
Goodbye. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye. See you next time, America.